in Trash Talker's last Boba review.
How many fucking, like, arcs Gotchard got? He got, like, the regular arc, and then we got the Daybreak arc, which I still don't get why the fuck we call it Daybreak when Gotchard Daybreak was there for that arc for, like, 3 episodes, and now we have the Legend arc. Okay, I now would tend to believe that Toei is listening to my video, because there is no fucking way that I genuinely said that the Daybreak just disappeared from Gotchard in my Boon Boonjer video, and he just shows up here. Just saying. Well, I was also kind of correct about the 100 not being defeated in the show, but sadly, I was quite off the mark, because I genuinely thought that the Legend arc would be an 8-episode long arc, but I was 5 episodes shined away from that. But as the finale for the Legend arc, it was pretty good. Hey, it's like the most involved Geist ever was from the moment that he came into the show, and he's already too OP, so like I don't know what the fuck they're going to do with him, because he could just reanimate shithead Gaisetsu, I think that's supposed to be his name, straight up just using the Arc 1 progress key. How the fuck does he do it? Also, he say that he can rebuild the world. How the fuck that works? Oh yeah, and he also forces him to, you know, combine with 4 other chemis. How the fuck that works? But also that suit is fucking cool looking. So pretty much for the rest of the episode is Hotoro and the gang trying to make Quartz understand that he doesn't need to fight alone after seeing the Doom Clock, which I mistakenly thought it was the Arc satellite, but for fuck's sake, he was transformed into Kamen the Arc and Arc 1, so it's like that's purely the connection that I gone off of. How much the conflict of this episode was felt kind of forced, because it's like it didn't really had like a full build up, because pretty much from the little problem the Quartz and Hotoro had when Hotoro kind of said to Quartz, hey, don't use the chemis without any of their consent, like Quartz, after seeing the Doom's Clock, is like, oh, I need to do it on my own, I'll beat up Hotoro because oh boy, it's my duty. Like, I get it. Like when Butler explained that that Doom Clock was also landed upon his world when he and Tsukasa first met. Like, it's a nice little full circle moment, but it felt kind of forced. Like, I don't know. Like, I felt like I wish that maybe we would have had more of a build up, because like he was like totally fine teaming up with Hotoro and the gang before, and now it's like, oh, no. Like, it's way more, I wanted to learn more about Quartz as a character before this entire thing happens, because it's like he came in, had the legend shit, and then he's like, oh my god, fuck them, I need to do it on my own kind of thing. Like, I wish we had more of a proper build up to that. But also, like, I love the Spanner specifically trying to convince Quartz. Is like, dude, like, just give it up. He won't fucking quit. Like, we're kind of friends now, me and Hotoro, and I didn't like him either. And I was a lot more mean to him. Let's not forget, when, like, Dread debuted and beat the living shit out of Hotoro, like, fucking Spanner was mean. Spanner was a fucking piece of shit. Quartz was still nicer than Spanner. Just saying. And also Spanner is like, hey, can you take your path out of the school zone? There are children here. But in the end of the episode, pretty much, Hotoro and Quartz find the Arc 1 Amalgam and defeat him with Legend's new ability to just summon copies of the same rider. Because how the fuck did he summon like Metal Cluster and probably realizing 01? I think it's supposed to be Realizing 01 or just like regular ass 01. I don't fucking know. I don't really fucking care because like he just did it out of thin hair because straight after that he transformed to like Grand Geo and he needed to like press the Geo fucking statue that is on like Grand Geo's head. This is how he summoned them. How the fuck 01 can 01 can do that and he never did it? Are we not going to get an explanation on it? But I did enjoy that fight scene. Like everything with the Arc 1 amalgam was cool. I said it before, that suit is fucking cool. And also like I liked how fucking Gist, I'm going to kind of return to how Gist like cut the meteorite fucking Kemi. The meteorite Kemi was just outside of space. It's fucking weird. Like, I don't know. It's weird that it's just like, oh, all the Kemis were being released. Most of them stayed on Earth. The meteorite. Nah, fuck this shit. I'm not going off Earth. I'm leaving this shit all, which I get. But like, that fight scene was fun. Like, seeing, you know, purple shirt blade was great. It was kind of funny. It's just like, that suit needs some fucking TLC. And just that fit with the flags was weird. Let's not use the flags. Like the flags for Kachidoki arms were like kind of important. It's like, for fuck's sake, that was an important fucking weapon that Gaim used. And you just like, I didn't want that. And in the end, actually having Quartz and Hotaro shake hands before Quartz left because the 100 left. Again, I'm telling you, the V cinema is going to be about the 100 and Kyoka is going to become a rider or something. It's all Kyoka, all Lachesis. Like, I have way more of a suspicion it's going to be Kyoka because like Lachesis is probably going to be like a part of the rider troopers because like this show has to have rider troopers. From all of the shows, it's like we have such a big fucking cast and we have so many people that can like invent new drivers now. It's like, let's just do that. Let's have a bunch of fucking rider troopers. So I'm just saying Kyoka is totally going to become a rider in a fucking V cinema. So let's just circle back to, you know, Hotaro and fucking Quartz shaking hands. It was a nice full circle moment from the Versus special when they couldn't shake hands because Hotaro was just teleported back to his Earth. Was a cool moment, and I absolutely loved the way that we are getting teased to the 101 Kemi / Gotchard's final form, with not only Gist looking for it and fighting it, but also I think it's supposed to be Niji, if I'm correct, protecting Hotaro, which means that probably like they're somehow connected. There is some theories about like that Kemi being his dad. There is some other theories about Gist being Hotaro's dad, which I find funny because I still believe Gist is just fucking Gedeon, which could lead up in a conclusion that I was correct and Gedeon is Hotaro's dad. I don't know. I'm fucking interested. And like the summer movie, which at first I thought like Gotchard is going to have two, but I think Kamen Rider summer movie with Boon Boonjar, this is literally how they're going to call it if I'm correct. So it's like Boon Boonjar is going to be there, but like it's also going to be focused on Daybreak, which I'm fucking fine with it. Hey, it's I think one of the most interesting part of the show, and it's like, like I felt like it was very much left off very abruptly, like how kind of Legend kind of like ended off abruptly. So it's like, we're kind of like it's not like a full tied loose end. It's very much still open for the show to come back to. But overall, this episode had fun interaction and a semi-nice conclusion to this arc. But it lacked the build-up to the finale because the 100 just left. It's dumb, like I get it, they don't want to defeat the 100 maybe yet. Maybe they kind of want to wait for something that is way more focused on Legend. Again, probably they're going to maybe make the V cinemas back to like an anthology series, maybe one solely focusing on Daybreak, maybe one solely focusing on, let's say, other writers that are not Gotchard, and one that is solely focusing on Legend. Because I think like all of the actors in Gotchard, even Hotaro, are now capable enough to actually lead their own films. And when you have like an actor that is as old as Daigo, it works. Like, I think Daigo as Daybreak, as an older Hotoro, would be very interesting, specifically now knowing that like he's wearing Renee's ring. So that's going to be interesting. Is Renee dead? That'll be like, even more interesting. But yeah, it just lacked a proper conclusion, and it really feels like all of like those mini arcs that Gotchard has. It's like, okay, we're going to keep them open and we're going to tie them in around the end of the show, or at least close to the end of the show, because hey, the summer movie is going to be kind of like Daybreak's shit. So it's like, okay, I'm kind of fine with it. I don't know. I think that the first 2 episodes of this arc, really first 2 episodes of this arc, were the best ones. The Labyrinth one with Kolaf that actually did a lot with Kolaf and kind of did a lot with the Kaisers, while I kind of think that we maybe could have, you know, made episode 33 like a 2-parter, because like fuck this, that episode kind of like felt super rushed now if I really think about it. But yeah, this episode gets a B, but overall this arc gets a C+. Like, I don't know, I didn't really like this arc. Like, I think like the Daybreak arc as an arc of his own would have been slightly better. I don't know. So yeah, what you thought about Gotchard episode 35? Comment below, let me know what you thought about the Legend arc. What are you thinking about fucking Gotchard's final form, because that fucking got spoiled in the fucking summer movie posters.
Oh my god!
So fuck us, right? So yeah, please smash that like button, because I kind of want to see that animation. I never really fucking said smash the like button. So smash it and subscribe to my channel, please. Smash that subscribe button. Fucking want to see that animation. Thank you very much and have a great rest of your day.